Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and welcome to my actual setup tour. So what I mean by actual, of course, is my last video. If you're subscribed to my channel, my last video was a April Fool's joke, and basically the joke was I sold the Mac Pro and had a triple screen setup running off of my 20-inch white iMac. So in this video I'm going to be taking you on a tour of my actual setup, and yeah, so I guess I'll start with the desktop here. So if you look at the desktop, which is on screen, of course, I don't know why I said that, you'll notice I have two cinema displays. The one on the far left, that is my original cinema display. I've had that for almost 3 years, I'd say. My dad gave it to me along with my original Power Mac G5. That's a whole nother story. If you haven't heard me rant about that, then yeah, you'll hear me eventually. So that one I've had for 3 years, like I said. It's my main display, and then I have another one sitting next to it. So the other cinema display on the right here, I unboxed that in a previous video. That is probably 4 or 5, 6 videos back maybe. Sorry, there's a car driving by. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Windows open because it's a nice day, relatively nice at least. So under those I have my Apple aluminum keyboard, or Pro keyboard, or keyboard, or whatever it's called. I have no idea. I'm not up to speed on the Apple keyboards at all. And then next to that I have my wireless Logitech mouse, and that is sitting on a gray mouse pad that I think I should clean. Anyway, behind the monitors you can see my two Logitech speakers. I have those sitting horizontally and they're just taped to the desk. So desktop, of course, if I could speak today, you'll notice it's foam core taped to the top of the desk. Basically, I was cutting some wires a few years ago and I scratched the heck out of the desk, and so I just put foam core over it now. So that's basically that. So cinema displays, I do want to mention those further than I already have. So the one on the left, like I said, is my original. You'll notice it's very blue. The other one next to it is my new cinema display. You'll notice it is significantly more red than the other one. Yeah, quite red, now that I'm looking at the camera display. In fact, it is almost hard to see from the camera display because of the degree of blue the other one is. So basically, what I'm talking about here is it's not the angle. Yeah, it's not. I don't know. I'm sitting at an angle right now. Like I said, I can't speak today. Anyway, so there is a problem with my new cinema display. I don't think I talked about that in the video. I think I mentioned it though. Actually, pardon me for cutting across the shot here. Alright, there we go. All better. So you'll notice that the display is a lot more red than the other one, than my original cinema display. So I mentioned that in my unboxing video that it looked a lot more green. It's actually a lot more red-green than blue. So anyway, what I'm getting at here is the monitor is damaged somehow. I don't know if it was damaged in shipping, or the seller didn't notice, or the seller was fraudulent. Probably that third one. Or the first one. I can just imagine those EPS guys chucking my monitor into the back of a truck. But basically, I have the red display calibrated with such a degree of blue. Let me show you here. Let me kind of zoom in on the monitor area. And I am going to kneel down and try and not block the shot here. So if we go into System Preferences, you can see Displays, Color. You can see I have all these color profiles. So you can see Cinema Display, Calibrated, RGB, Cinema, Color LCD, Generic RGB, Red Tint Almost, Red Tint Almost 2, Red Tint Almost 3. So you can see here on this other cinema display, this is, you can basically see where this is coming from. So I have these three things. So I have Red Tint Almost, that's the first one, not the 3. And that is what this display here uses. So if we go over here and we select Red Tint Almost for this one, you can see that's a lot more blue than the usual thing. So this one here, you can see if we go from it's cinema, that's the cinema display setting. So you can see there's quite a difference here. And if we, yeah, so this display is like super red. So I just set it to red tint almost. And that's a custom profile I made. And what that does is it basically makes the bad monitor super blue. So yeah, that's basically that. That's basically the desktop, except for a few things down here. Sorry about the mess on the one side of my room, by the way. You can see this whole console thing. You can see I'm working on a power supply and everything. Future video right there. But, let me focus. My camera will focus. So you can see right here we have my KVM switch. So let me go ahead and start up the gaming PC just as an example here. So you can see if I switch over to my gaming PC, that monitor, which should be blurry, is now showing my gaming PC. So yeah, KVM switch right here. And basically that is hooked up to my second display, so sorry, my camera decided to stop recording. Why the hell it did that, I have no idea. It pisses me off. I want to get a new camera. Anyway, now that that fit of rage is almost fit of rage is over, that's my USB card reader. Switch to manual focus. USB hub and power supply for that monitor. And yeah, that is basically it for the desk setup, and I will now show you my console rack, and then I'll show you the systems at the end of the video. So this is my console rack. This is basically the power and networking portion of my setup. So on the top there, I'm just going to start right away because my camera's about to die. You can see I have my MagSafe power adapter, and that is for my 15-inch MacBook Pro. Check out those videos if you haven't seen them. I upgraded a MacBook Pro. In fact, those videos are irrelevant because I have a different configuration with that system now. But next to that, you can see my Airport Express base station. My Airport Express, well, I don't know what I was going to say there, but Airport Express base station. And that goes down to my network switch. More on that in a few seconds. So right there you can see my Furman power conditioners. One of them says Furman console, one of them says Furman systems. Pretty self-explanatory. Furman console controls basically powering all the setup, and then Furman systems controls powering the systems. There's really no way I can zoom in on those. And yeah, that's basically that. So under that, you can see we have my network switch. This is the 24-port I unboxed in a previous video. So you'll notice I have 2 yellow connections and 2 white connections. First 2 on there, 1 and 2, are the yellow leads or yellow Ethernet cables or whatever I'm saying here. You get it. So one of them, the far right, I can't talk, like I said a million times already. I cannot talk today. So the far left cable goes to my Mac Pro, and the right more cable, the one next to it, goes to my gaming PC. So you'll notice I'm not running dual Ethernet to the Mac Pro. I cannot figure out how to team those. I've tried everything and it doesn't work. So yeah, I just gave up and I run single Ethernet to all my computers now. So then there's the 2 white cables, that would be 23 and 24 on the switch. So 24 goes up to my Express base station, which you can see is flashing amber at me because it does that for some reason. And the other one goes out to my server. You can see that trailing lead goes past my air filter there. More on that server in, I guess, the next the next clips or whatever. So there's also a power strip in the back of that, so the Furman console or the Furman everything is plugged into that, and my Airport base station, my MagSafe adapter, and also I have an iPhone charger. You can see that's that coiled up spool of wire there. You can just see the lightning connector on the end of that, actually. So yeah, that's basically the console rack. I guess Furman rack could be the right thing. I don't know. Anyway, on to the Mac Pro. So this is my Mac Pro, of course. This is a 2009 Mac Pro. It is running 8 cores, all running at 3.33 or 3.32 gigahertz or something like that. I don't know, somewhere around there. I don't know what's up with the specs on this. I've been told it's 3.33, I've been told it's 3.32, but I do know it's an 8-core, which is pretty cool. So this machine, of course, has 16 gigs of RAM. The processor is, like I just said, an HD 5770, and last but not least, a 120 gig OWC SSD. That's a 3G Mercury Electra, I think is what that drive is. And also I have a 2 terabyte green drive sitting in there, and that's my archive because I've been doing a lot of archives on that. So that, of course, is hooked up to the setup by default on my KVM switch. You can just see that it is connected over lane 1, I guess. Lane, I don't know if that's the right name for it. But yeah, so I guess the next thing I'll do is move on to the gaming PC. So this, of course, is my AMD gaming PC that I built in the last 3 videos. Or excluding the setup tours, last 3 videos, but here this is my AMD gaming PC. Like I said, it is running a A10 5800K, 8 gigs of RAM, and a 640 gig hard drive. And stay tuned for some more videos on that. I have some awesome plans for it, and those plans are basically I'm going to do some ghetto water cooling on that. So yeah, that's it for that. Next, I will show my Xserve, and that is the server. So this, of course, is my Xserve, and I'm talking very close to the camera, as I'm sure you can hear. Sorry about any mess. It's in basically a storage room in the house. So you can see here I made some wooden supports for it, and on those wooden supports, or on the one wooden support, is a power strip that just plugs into the wall, and then that gives me dual IEC connections to the dual redundant power supplies on the Mac Pro, or on the Xserve. So it is running 3 hard drives in it, and one of those hard drives is one of my smaller sized, my shorter 80 gig drives, and the other 2 are dual 500 gig Hitachi DeskStar drives. Those are in RAID 0. And yeah, I know, file server, RAID 0, death sentence. Yeah, but yeah, so the specs on this, it is running 16 gigs of RAM, but it only is recognizing 8 gigs, I don't know why. It is running a GT120 video card, so I can run Yosemite on it when I get around to putting Yosemite on it. It's running 8 cores, all at 3 gigahertz. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'm going to go around to the back here. So just going to carry the tripod because why not? And show you the back. So back here you can see I have right there, that's a single Ethernet cable coming out to a little thing I made down there, and that goes into my other room through, or past the door and whatnot. And then I have my 2 power connections right there. So nothing really else to say on this system. It is just my server. I'll probably make a video about it eventually, but not today. So that's my setup. Basically, Mac Pro running dual cinema displays, a gaming computer attached to a KVM and a Xserve. Also, I have my 2011 MacBook Pro, but that's not really part of the setup necessarily. So yeah, I am holding the camera technically. Yeah. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know what the next video will be on. I am, to be honest, kind of running out of ideas because I don't have a lot of equipment to film about anymore. I need to get some of this stuff sold. Basically everything you've seen on the channel I still have. I need to sell everything. Most of it, not everything. So yeah. Hopefully there will be a next video very soon. There will be a next video, but it may not be, or you get what I'm saying. Depending on when my water cooling equipment for the gaming computer comes, that video will be up eventually. So yeah, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video, whatever that may be.